Hi there, it's Mandy. I'm back with another review. This one is fairly new and I love this one. There's a lot to see in this set. There's a lot to talk about, so let's not waste any more time and jump right in. This is the TOPTOY crossover with Little Parrot BeBe sets, TC2006 to TC2008. There isn't really a name, they just call it like the store, so the Little Parrot BeBe stores. And this is a modular kind of style, but each floor is actually its own set. So you do have to buy these 3 sets separately. We're gonna come back and look at this like whole put together look later on, but let's look at each floor individually first. So I'm gonna take off these floors. It's not too hard to take off. You just kind of have to like pull from like this side here, and then it will just lift off. So I'm gonna put this aside for now. So here's the first floor. This is a convenience store, and here is the box for this one. Quality of the box is also very nice, by the way. It's like a very matte, I guess, kind of texture. Here's the back of it. And they did something really nice here where they give you these like little pull tabs to open the box, so you don't have to cut open the box. So that's a nice touch. It's small things. Here is the instruction booklet for this one. The printing on these are really nice as well, and the instructions themselves are also very easy to follow. No issues there. And one thing I like about the instructions is that whenever there's kind of like an ambiguity as to where you should put the pieces, they have this like top-down view and tells you exactly where the pieces should go. So that's the instruction booklet. And now let's look at the set. So let's get the one negative thing I have to say about this set out of the way first. And that is, it's missing pieces, which is very unfortunate because it's so close to being perfect. But I am missing some pieces. So like this guy here, I'm missing like the mouth on this guy. And then I'm also missing this piece here. I'm missing a whole big transparent piece on the side here. I mean, this one is small, but this is a pretty big piece to be missing. Very unfortunate. At least it's not like a very special piece or anything, or a printed piece. And if I wanted to replace it, it should be fairly easy to find. To be fair, they do have like a QR code you can scan and contact them for replacement pieces if you're in China. But in this case, of course, I'm out of luck. So that's it. That's the one negative thing I have to say about this set. All right, so let's get back to the set. So again, this is a convenience store, and on the front here, on the top here, you have a sign here that says BeBe, and then another sign down here with the logo of the store, and that's printed. Oh, the one up top here are stickers, and then the bottom piece here, the bottom sign here, is a printed piece. On the corner here, there is this like traffic sign thing. Those are also printed pieces. And then back here is the entrance. And on the left of the entrance, you have a umbrella hanger rack. And then you have the entrance. The entrance there is a sliding door, and that door is also printed, by the way. So that's very nice. And then on the corner here is like a little bush flower type thing. And then on the side here is a crosswalk leading into another entrance. And this door opens as well. And there's another sign on the top. Then you have this little palm tree on the side. This palm tree is movable, a little articulate, and it wasn't difficult to put together either. And then kind of behind that palm tree is a sign there that says first floor, second floor, third floor. So it tells you what each floor is. First floor is the convenience store, second is the Izakaya restaurant, and then the third floor is the pool cafe. And then in the corner here is the elevator. And this door where my missing piece is does open up to give you access into the elevator. And then this piece here is the piece that is the elevator part. Okay, that just slides in there like that. Now let's flip it to the other side to see the inside of the store. There are so many details in here, and everything you see in here are printed pieces, which is amazing. And the printed pieces on these sets are really, really nice. Like, I don't really know what it is that makes it this nice. It almost has like a matte feeling to it. And the prints on these are just so clean looking. And also the art on them are all really cute as well. So I really, really like all these printed pieces. It just looks and feels expensive. So amazing that everything in here are printed. And so when you enter the store, first of all, you see like an elevator button there. Even those are printed as well. And all these metallic pieces, by the way, these sprayed metallic ones, the quality on these are really good as well. Usually these kind of pieces tend to get a little scratched up, but these are actually in really good condition. And there's a ton of metallic pieces in these sets. So in here you have the elevator, and then right where the entrance is on the left side, you have a little table for, I guess, maybe people can buy food and eat there. You have a croissant and a printed piece there with a sign that says like a dango kind of thing, and a basket on the corner. And then from the front here, first of all, you have this sign, this bento sign, and that's movable. All the way back where the door is a magazine rack. And all along the top there are these flags that says 50% off. Again, all of those are printed as well. And then there's a clock. And then this little screen, which I guess is like the security monitor. And then in the middle are the product racks. The piece on the front there that says new, that's of course also printed. And you have some products kind of hanging on the side there. And then on the rack itself, you have what looks like some chips, some sandwiches, and some other things. And then on the other side, you have like a milk carton, it looks like, and maybe bread or something. The other one here, you got some like tools hung on the side on this one, and like a box of crayons maybe. That's nice, that's printed. And then on the side here, you have these food items like a bento box, like that dango we saw earlier, and like a hot dog at the bottom, and then some canisters. And then on the other side, these might be more bento boxes, I guess. Okay, so that's that one. And then on the far right corner there is I guess a freezer or a fridge. And this is actually pretty nice. This design here that they did, you can actually slide the inside piece out and take it out like this. Inside you have some drinks, and those are all printed as well. And this kind of just slides in there. So I kind of like that. It's a little different. Beside the fridge there, you have the cashier. And behind the cashier is a coffee machine or drink machine. And then above that is this transparent printed piece. Again, the printing on this looks amazing. And this is also movable. Right? And then you have this little shopping cart. It has an apple in there. And this one is just kind of loose, and you can put it anywhere in the store you want. But yeah, that's kind of the inside of the store. It's not very big, but I like this size. I think it's a decent size. There's a ton of detail in it. And these are standard size bricks, by the way. So I think this is a really good size for a standard brick size set. And I love how much details they've included, and not to mention they're all printed. So that's the convenience store, and let's look at the figures that come with it. So these are clearly not your traditional brick minifigures, and I think some of you might like it, some of you might not. For me personally, when I got this set, I didn't think I was going to care for this. I thought it made the set kind of look a little childish. But when I saw it in person, I actually thought this was really cute. And turns out I actually kind of like this. And of course, this follows what the character should look like as well. And the feel of these pieces, like most of their other pieces, are really nice as well. So I like it. And they kind of stand on these like rotating piece on all of these sets, so they can kind of like turn their bodies a little bit. And then you have this other guy on this little car thing, and this little car has some printed pieces on it. And then again, this is the guy where I'm missing the mouth on him, but he still looks really cute. And this guy just kind of sits on the front door like that. So that's the first floor. And now let's look at the second floor. So here's the second floor. The second floor is an Izakaya restaurant. It looks slightly smaller than the first set because it doesn't have the extra plate at the bottom for the roads. Okay, here is the box for this one. Same thing, they all look the same. Nice quality box. And here's what the back looks like. And here is the instruction booklet for this one. Again, they're all the same. They're really easy to read. Okay. And this one here in the front, this giant sign here, that is a giant sticker. And some of you might hate that, but I will say though that their sticker, the quality of their sticker is actually really good as well, like the printing on them. So I didn't really mind it as much. And you know, almost everything else is printed already. So I didn't mind just a few stickers, but this one here is a giant sticker. And this piece here slides open to reveal the entrance to the store. So that's a really nice touch there as well. And on the side here, you have these transparent round pieces that allows you to look into the store. I like that as well. And on the side here, you have some like a flag or like a sign there, and that says Daksik Liule. And it's kind of like a stylized font, so sometimes it's a little difficult to read, but I like that. I'm not sure if this is an actual font or if they designed it themselves, but I like it. And then on the back here where the elevator is, you have a bricked out B sign or BE sign. And of course, as we saw earlier, that kind of combines with the third floor. And then once again, you have the elevator door that opens up, not missing a piece there, so that's nice. And a second floor sign. And each floor actually comes with their own elevator piece if you only had one of the sets, but if you put all three of them together, you only really need one of those. All right, so you have the elevator, and then on the other side, you have this awning here, like the kind of Japanese style awning. And then at the bottom, you have these lanterns, and on the left, there's like the poster that is a sticker. And on the counter there, it says Izakaya. The lanterns though, those are printed. And then on the side here, you have this little fishy decoration thing here, and this is again movable. All right, now let's flip it to the other side to see the inside of this store. Okay, so again, you have like this awning here, like a shorter version of that. And you have the elevator buttons. And when you enter the store, you have this this like fabric. I guess typically in an izakaya, you have like a fabric piece on the top. But here it's just a plastic piece, but it has BeBe printed on it. Okay, and then when you enter the store, immediately you have these chairs. And on top of the chairs, you have this sign here that says Izakaya, and then sort of like some of the food items on it. Those are all printed, and the printing on those look really, really nice. And then you have a set of chairs on along the side there. These are very simple builds, but works, and it looks nice. And then on top of the counter there, you have some, on the far side there, you have like a canister, you have some fishy on there, and then you have some plates, I guess is what someone has eaten. And then another plate there with some skewers on top. There's a bottle of beer there and a fork as well. And then on the right side here, you have like a chopstick stand, and then another 2 seasoning container. On the right side, it's the same thing. There are 3 chairs here. And on the counter on this side, it looks like there might be like a bowl of or cup of tea or something. And then another sign with the name of the store there. Another bottle of beer behind that. And on the right side, again, you have some chopstick stands and seasoning containers there. On the back of this side, on the wall, there's actually another poster here with I guess a beer or sake, maybe that's actually a bottle, and that is also a sticker. Along the back wall there, you have these signs, and that says Goizao or Izakaya. And down the back there, you have another sign that says Izakaya and sushi, and then it has some pictures of some other food items on it. And then beside it, on the other side, looks like is a shelf with some beers on it. Now, to the centerpiece of this set, the sushi conveyor belt in the middle here. I wasn't sure what I was doing when I got this set. I didn't really look too much into it. I just liked the design of the set, so I got them. So I actually didn't know that they had a moving sushi conveyor belt in here, so that was a nice surprise. So here, if you twist this knob, it will rotate the belt, which is very cool. And it doesn't go like a full circle, if you will. It kind of stops at some point, and then you have to twist it the other way to go back the other way. But how cool is that? And there's some food items on there. It's like a crab, some fish, some sushi rolls, and like a salmon nigiri sushi, it looks like. And I just love this. Like, that's such a nice touch. And I thought the way they built it was very clever as well. This whole belt thing comes off, and you build that separately, and then you slide the whole thing in, which was so satisfying, by the way. And yeah, I was so surprised that this was there, and I just love it. And that is pretty much it for this set. Let's look at the figures for this one. So you have the sushi chef guy. He has like a what are those called? Like the bandana on, which is really cool. Again, the printing on this looks really nice, and he stands in the back here. And again, this is like a rotating piece, so you can kind of like twist him. And then you have the other guy, which is, I guess, the customer, and he looks like a kid with a cap on, and he just sits on one of these chairs. Very nice. Now let's move on to the final floor, the third floor. So the third floor is a pool cafe, and this floor is the tallest of the three, of course, because it actually has 2 layers to it. Once again, here is the box for this one. And here's what the back looks like. And the instruction booklet. Same thing. They're all the same, right? And first of all, I like the color scheme of this floor. It's very clean. It's just blue and white. And yeah, that's also kind of the thing that I like about all 3 sets. It kind of has color theme on each floor, and they kind of come together very nicely. And nothing is like really out there. Sometimes these kind of sets can have, like, in my opinion, like a little too much color, and it gets kind of overwhelming. But here, it's very uniform. It looks very stylish, and I like the color scheme that they went with here. On the front here of this floor, of this pool cafe, you have these transparent pieces, first of all. You have this BeBe coffee kind of sign all around these transparent pieces. This is a sticker. So you do have this giant sticker that goes across pieces, which is not ideal. But again, the sticker quality is nice there, and I like this transparent design they went with. And then on the top there, you have another sign that says this is the BeBe coffee bar, and these are printed. On the side there, you have a sign here. I guess that's supposed to be like a light box type of sign, like a neon sign, and it says little Parrot BeBe, has some drawing on it, super cute, by the way. And also on the wall there, you have another sort of poster that says BeBe coffee. That is a sticker. And then on the right side, as usual, you have the elevator, and this one also has that bricked out BE sign. And on the top of that, you have an additional like little parrot, like little drawing there. That is also a sticker. Unlike the other 2 sets, the elevator part of this is actually covered, So you have these metallic pieces going all the way up and connects with the, I guess, the roof of this set. And on the top you have, I guess it's like maybe a satellite receiver there. And once again, the elevator door does open. It has a 3rd floor sign on it, okay? And then let's just look at the bottom floor of this first. So right in the front there, in this sort of balcony area, you have these 2 chairs and an umbrella in the middle. The chairs are very, very simple builds, but they are printed. So there's like some printing and art on those. And then the umbrella itself feels very nice, by the way. It's like a matte feeling, and it has printed patterns on there as well. And behind these chairs and the umbrella is a cake display. And you can see there are some bread, some pastries inside of it. On top there's like another cake, looks like, and another BeBe coffee bar sign there. On the left of this display case, on the wall, there's actually a Wi-Fi sign there with a Wi-Fi password. That's printed, so I like that little detail. And on the right of this display case is sort of another, looks like maybe some cookies or macarons in that container. And then you have another printed piece on top there that has a QR code, and it says like scan to order. So in China, a lot of their restaurants uses like a QR code system where you put in your order by scanning the QR code. So that's what that is representing there. And then on the left of this whole balcony section is a set of stairs that goes up to the pool area. And there is a little secret to these stairs, is that these pieces can fold up. And if you fold them up, it reveals some drawings on them. These are stickers, by the way, but once again, I think the quality of these are really nice. On the side there, though, on that metallic piece, on the ladder part, that says BeBe, that is printed, not a sticker. So I think the idea of this is that this transforms into a slide to play with. But yeah, I just thought it was fun that they included these little details on the set, even though in the regular setup, you won't even see the bottom of these stairs. Just the little details, man. So on the right of those counters on the side here is like kind of like a seating area for one person to sit there. And there's like a magazine on top of that table, a mug there, and some lamps that are hanging down from the ceiling. That little stool there has a printed piece on top, and it's a very simple build, but it looks really good. It uses like a wheel piece at the bottom, and again, those are all metallic pieces. Behind the cake display in the back there is like a coffee machine, and you have some cabinets there. If I flip it to the other side, you can see what it looks like from the back. So that actually is a counter, and you have some stools in front of it. So that's kind of like a bar seating area. And then on the left of that, there's another window that says opening time 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. That is a sticker. I'm not really sure why they chose to do a sticker here, because on the other sets, that would be a printed piece. It almost feels like they ran out of budget for the printed pieces by the time they got to the 3rd floor, because they went all out on the first 2. But anyway, that's a nice sticker there as well, but it is a sticker. And then on this like little pole on the right there, there's another sign there. And then when you come around the corner, there is a little corner seating area on its own, and you have sort of like a bookcase here with some decoration pieces, some books there, and that little like statue thing looks really cool, and it is metallic as well. And then you have this like swinging sofa, swinging chair over here. I like this addition. Like this just adds some additional design to the store. Like they could have stopped there and just extend this part out and put some more chairs or something, but they didn't. They created a little separate corner here for the seating area. And because of the palm tree in like the 1st floor, in my mind, I imagine this to be in like a beach area almost, and this swinging chair is probably looking out at like an ocean view or something. And I did try and put a figure on there. It does fit. So you can have a figure sitting on that sofa. That's nice. I think that's about it for the first floor of this set. Now let's go to the second floor where the pool area is. So on the left side, when you go up the stairs immediately, you have a lounge area. You have this lounge chair here. The back of this does move a little bit. And then you have a little table with a cup of coffee from the cafe. And then you have another umbrella, which is the same as the other one. And then in front of it, you have like a radio or like a music beatbox. I don't know what to call it. And that's all metallic as well. And then right in the middle, you have the pool. There's some pieces here on the left that's, I guess, the entrance to the pool. These metallic pieces here. And then inside the pool, of course, you have all these transparent blue pieces. That looks really good. And you have like a floaty there on the top there. And another like sea star shaped floaty. And then a giant floaty with a guy in there. This giant floaty has some prints on it. Those are printed. So behind the pool on the top there, you have this kind of roof or cover for this floor. And there are some string lights hanging from it. And on the back there, you have a piano and a mic on top of there and 2 speakers beside it. So it looks like maybe in this pool cafe, sometimes there would be live music, I guess. Such a cool cafe. It has chill vibes, this cafe. So that's about it for this floor. It looks like it has less details or less things going on than the other 2 sets, or the first floor especially. But at the same time, there's so many little details and design to this floor, like that little seating area, this pool on the top. I just really like this one as well. So let's look at the figures that come with this one. You have the guy that was sitting in the floaty, and he has some goggles on him, and I don't know why he has a flag on his head, but he just sits in the pool, just chilling there. And then we have this other guy, which I think is the staff of the store. He's wearing a cap that has the logo of this cafe, and he stands in the back here again with that rotating piece. And that is it for the third floor. Now let's put it all back together and look at it again as a whole. Here's my first floor again. And with the first floor, this BeBe sign here, they designed it so that you can just flip it down if you want to put the sets together. But if you just have the first floor, they made it so that these signs kind of add a little more design element to it if you just have this one set. Okay, and bring my second floor back here. Okay, so to put these together, I just kind of line up the elevator area and then push it in where the elevator is, like that. And then the rest kind of just snaps in really easily. So I think I already have it on. Okay, and then now let's put the third floor. Same thing, I line up the elevators and just push that in, and then make sure the rest is snapped on. Super easy to put on. So here's all 3 of them back together. And now that they're back together, you can see that this whole sign connects to, say, BeBe. And when you put 3 sets together, I kind of think like the color kind of works out. It's very coherent still. Even though each floor has kind of its own color theme, it still looks very coherent. And on the back, it is open back. And typically for modulars, I do prefer like a closed back. But in this case, I actually don't mind that this is open back because I think it makes it easier to see the inside of the stores without having to like remove each layer. And I also like that they kind of taken this into consideration already, so you can still access like these features like this conveyor belt even when the set is put together in the modular setup. And let me show you this elevator here, actually. So I mentioned previously that you only need 1 of the elevators, so you can move it through all 3 floors. And how this works is kind of like, it's manual, by the way. So you don't twist the knob to move it, you just kind of pull it. And then it has, on each floor, it kind of has a nook for you to rest the piece, the bar on. so that the elevator stays on that floor. So that's kind of neat, this design. I don't mind it at all that it's manual. I've had other sets before where they try to do this thing where you can twist a knob, and it was just a nightmare to put together. But this works just fine, and it's just a little fun feature that when you put all three together, you can have. And yeah, that's about it for this set. I really like this kind of like, I call it like an expandable modular concept where you can buy each set alone and they kind of work as a standalone set. But then you can also buy 1 or 2 or 3 of these and put them together into a modular. I did test out, if you only bought the first floor and the third floor, you can still put them together. It still matches up and you can still have a modular building. So that's great. And they actually also released kind of like an underground parking for this set. I didn't get those because I only wanted like the street view, but that's an interesting idea as well. So that's why I kind of say this is like an expandable. It is possible that they would release even more floors to this thing, which would be amazing, by the way. It was super fun to put together. It was one of those sets where you're kind of like building it, and it's a very quick build, by the way. And you're hoping that it doesn't end. You're like, I don't want to finish building this because it's so fun. And especially because for me, I didn't really look into too much detail. So I was exploring, I was discovering new things as I was building it. So that was really fun. This whole set is just looks so nice. It just feels expensive. The clutch on these, by the way, is perfect. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. It just feels nice and satisfying. It just clicks. And all the printing on them, of course, I've mentioned many times already, looks really good. I just love this set. I think TOPTOY did a really, really good job on this. I don't even know this little Parrot BeBe character. I bought it just because I thought the design of this looked really nice. But it turns out I like the character too. It's super cute. It just feels like someone put a lot of thought into design of this set, and I just love it. TOPTOY is quickly becoming one of my favorite brands, I think. They've been coming out with a lot of different sets and licensed sets like this one. And after having this one, it's just the quality of the bricks are great. There's a ton of printed pieces. So I'm very excited to see what they come up with next. And I really hope that they expand on this series and maybe add more floors or even a second building. This is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite set. It's definitely in the top 3. So if you're thinking of getting this one, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And that is it for today's review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy sharing this. I really, really do love this set. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.